for you. The you who is not the am who I am, but who wants me to be the you I am not. If this life is real life, then I might be crazy. Maybe my whole life is how can I feel so young and so old, so clearly confused, wondering if, and knowing in real life that I don't know shit. What if just might be, if is you and I can see you reflecting from me, this we that is I who is me tries to be by becoming some I who is just half of we, and becoming is almost not worth it to me. Because this sort of becoming begins to become something quite different from the me who is me, mirrored so clearly in everything here. I don't quite know, and I feel like a ghost, and would rather the me who they want me to be. Frankly, she seems a lot better than me. And maybe it's easy to let easy be. I don't even know what I mean when I say that I am, and even am not, because who really knows what am not would be? But this half of we is just trying to be some sort of me that is happy to be the am that I am, who is me, and all of the lessons and all of the questions to teach me just how to be more like I am and less like I am not, without slicing or dicing, starving and carving a sculpture conforming to a culture that's storming. You seem so at ease with letting be, like Buddha or Gandhi. It feels like a tease, a reminder of what I won't ever be. I don't want to be you. I want to be me. But I look at your life and the way that you see, and I think I would rather live here as me, but maybe a me who can see as you see. I pray late at night to my dark make-believe and hope for a day when I can stop waiting and time can stop grading and I can stop fading into this me who is covering me. I want some relief. I want to believe in the I conceive. In the night, I can't sleep. I pray for the tiniest kind of some sort of relief from the self that is self and somebody else who decides to reside right here inside of this me who I am and let go the am-nots until I am becomes the I that is me.
And you have a apathetic limbo. Yes.
Apathetic limbo. All right, yes, this is apathetic limbo. DT mind written, page written, rows of dirty, dirty ink, and my mind, my eyes try to follow. Dirty, dirty lines through the dirty, dirty shakedown, get down, everybody shake through the dirty, dirty come down, skin crawling strychnine, dirty street, dirty shit, dirty words, dirty on the page, dirty in my eyes, dirty on my mind, dirty each crooked line, written straight in dirty little lies, justified by dirty little lines, boxed straight, dirty rows grow accustomed to the apathetic limbo. I grow accustomed to the apathetic limbo, to the lack of the knots enough and the knots in my gut, to the strength in the strides through unpleasantry. I eat, drink, shit, fallacy, silently, gracefully, fall asleep through deceit so quietly, become ambiguity, become a mockery of my own integrity, too tired to fight anything, anywhere, anymore. In a world full of nighttime parables, full of dirty rights and full of dirty wrongs that don't come true, don't follow me through. Left them somewhere back there, old lies, old hurts, old Jesus in a church. And who is he to tell me? Jesus' guilt, Jesus' lies, Jesus' dreams didn't die for my sins. In a world full of men go to heaven, I'm a virgin or a whore. So who is he to tell me to love, to love, to love anything and something, and I'd give anything to feel anything but this. So who is he to tell me anything anymore? And who am I to believe in anything he sells? In water, walking, death, talking, cries for attention, I won't buy his ascension or his love anymore. Because where is he these days? Ain't no Jesus anywhere that I can see. He's hiding in the altars of aristocracy, hung up in the words of hypocrisy, nailed to the cross of misogynist grandiosity. In the broken down name of faithful virtuosity, Jesus is a drunk, numb fish man. Jesus swam away. Jesus drinks blood. Jesus drinks oil. Jesus is Republican. Jesus doesn't love no one. Jesus pays for ghetto booty. Jesus wears gold rings. Jesus doesn't give a shit. Jesus writes words, dirty, dirty words, written straight, written rows of dirty, dirty answers. Dirty was a dancer, might as well have been a hooker. Dirty was a looker. Dirty really wanted it. Most women do. These dirty women do. Looking to be hooking, to be raped, to be saved from their sins, to be clean, to be shaped, to be cleansed. Transgressions of anatomy become a nothing but allegedly. Dirty on the page, dirty in my eyes, dirty on my mind, dirty each crooked line. Written straight, box straight, dirty rows grow accustomed to the apathetic limbo, to the don't care, don't want, don't care, to know. While 1 in 6, 1 in 6, 1 in 6, dirty little girls ask for it.
American Babble.
American Babble. Blessed is the forgotten son, the bastard child of God. Caring for his begotten one became someone else's job. The internet is his best bet. I found a site for him. It offered up a Christian life, virtual redemption. Freely ye have given, but we charge a little bit. Even God's got to make a living, but he'll make you born again. And you'll receive the gift of love and a bright and shiny soul, heaven's hallowed currency to fill your God-shaped hole. If God is real, she's pissed now. I doubt she meant for this. Blessed are the forgotten, blessed are the meek, blessed are the white and wealthy the other 7 days a week. I'm weary of the sad prayers that damn the damned to more, prayers that beg for mercy, prayers that beg for strength, endurance for the persecuted. All the while, they're executed. Fuck the holy weaklings. We're making moolah now, digging up God's black gold, burying the souls we sold. Forgive the unforgivable, bound by their own chains, but let them take their vengeance out in someone else's name. When I feel forgotten, when I feel forsaken, I remember the forgotten, and I pray for their last hour. I remember that my woes are those of luxury, American as apple pie, that there are those who'd wish for them, and I'm grateful then they're mine. So I pray not all the usual prayers that I always have before. Instead, I pray perspective comes to America, the whore. I pray he can remember that his Bible damns him in the end, calling forth the meek to rise while tyranny descends. Sure it talks of righteousness, sure it talks of power. America, New Babylon, with a White House for a tower. I don't believe in your Bible or in your brand of sin. I don't believe in your pious ways, your conceit, or your presumption. I pray you not forget that love is larger still than hate. While God may be the root of love, fear's the root of hate. Eventually, our bottoms will drop for all the world to see. Grandiose America from sea to shining sea. And all the dogs we kick like gods will smell our rotten fear. I tell you this, when we fall, the world won't shed a tear.
I don't even know how to respond to that yet. But, all it took.
All it took. This one is stylistically very different from those, I think. Okay, all it took. All it took was smoke fire from my lips to take back an eighth of Jack, a fistful of fingertips, and the other hand wrapped around the stick shift. I can tell you all it took was a thumb up the white line, a pair of black-on flesh nets with a rip-down tear along the silver button line of my I'm gonna give all you can take back eyes until the driving light comes running down your desert ride in the headlight fog beneath the guilty look of some distant God you don't believe in anyway. Seeing this and that was all it took. Well, he, she remembered who all it took was gonna be. Before the coked out crawl through the bathroom stall, between the swaying walls, all it took flew away, hey. Nothing like a few cool tiles to pull upon the cheek, press against forgot in the Celty I totally messed that up.
Is that right? Go again.
Nothing like a few cool tiles to pull upon the cheek, press against forget and the salty streaks of yesterday's tomorrow stretched out like a hooker into all it took was a slug of hot relief to choke down the white lines that strode so well between the knees the day before I felt the swell of all it took was a little desert heat in the nails, in the teeth, beneath two wide thighs, both too strong for mine to hold back what it took. Smoke fire to the lips and slipped in between the ribs, pressed into the push and smelt the taste of rage, pressed into the push and let go the ebb and flow. All it took was pain to wrap around the frame until taking understood a bit of what I gave. Yeah, I took a bit of take back, ripped the weighting open with a jagged eighth of jack, waited for the hook. I took another pull and gave his taking back.
I've never been so self-conscious of clapping before.
It's hard in a small room, right?
Yeah. It sounds better when it blends in with everybody else's.
You should get one of those tracks, you know, one of the, just press a
Real
little
quiet
button and
tracks.
We could have a laugh track too, laugh at really inappropriate times.
right?
Or Elbow struck me as a novel-esque writing. Have you, and something about a murder in there struck me with that blood on the shirt, I think it was, or something like that.
Yeah, real blood on the fingertips and none on the hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you consider turning that into a novel?
I don't know.
Or a novella, maybe?
A lot of times, what I like to have is allow some sort of unclear imagery to be characterized through the sort of internal rhythm and music of the poem, and let that play out through the course. Now that might come up, and that sort of imagery might reverberate through other poems. And there's a really great American poet, Jack Spicer, who was a part of the San Francisco Renaissance. And he had a feeling that books of poetry should be collected from a period, and that when read in that way, there's a narrative quality that emerges from collections of poems like that. And I think that's very true. And I think I've written some prose stuff too. But I think in terms of the poetry, I sort of like to have some sort of narrative thread, even if it's sort of abstract singing.
Makes sense. But I guess, I don't know, it just struck me as something that, like, you might find in, like, a novel, or a novella.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
Never say never, right?
That's right.
The theme of the day here. Death to the Hipsters. Aside from the title being funny and somewhat ironic, apocalyptic orgasm?
Norman Mailer has a great series of essays about the hipster, the white Negro being his term for the hipsters in his day, which would include, like, the sort of Beat generation, and he makes distinctions all over the place between them. But he talks about the nuclear age creating, I think I just did the George Bush pronunciation of that
Pretty
word.
sure.
But
It's kind of become commonplace after 8 years.
He sort of talks about that in I'll say the post-atomic age, that there's this weird connection between the way our society views sex and the way we view violence and death, and so I was sort of referencing that in a way, and then also it's